Hi, today we will talk about bash concepts. In this bash concepts, what we will discuss or what we will tell you about that what is the use of for loop and how to use for and while loop, or there is another method, there is another loop structure in this loop that is known as you can say until. Then we will use BC. BC is a very good piping concept for pipelines to perform any or arithmetic operation in there. So first of all, let's take an example. If I want to find the average of an integers, some integers, how we will do it. Suppose in the first line we will take input, and then in the second, and then after that how many numbers are there, and then after that we will take the inputs for all the numbers, and then we will find the average for that. Okay, so let's take first of all what we will do read, and read n means we will take how many size is there, and then after that we will take variable that is sum is equal to 0. Then we'll take a value let temp is equal to dollar and then we will start with a loop that is until, then a space dollar n minus eq, this is equal to that 0. We will tell you how it works. Then do, and then loop is run. Then I will use printf. Okay, so how it will work I will tell you. Printf that is size, that how that is 0.3f, because I have to print this represented 0.000. So the correct 3 decimal place I have to check, so I have to use this. And then I will use read a new variable that is a. Then I will take sum is equal to dollar sum less dollar x. And I want to decrease the n value, so it will go from 1 to size n. So how it will work then? So then we will use this. So this will tell how many floating points we will to discuss. Then we will use a new thing that is echo. What I want to use, that is sum divided by dollar temp, that is the number of elements. Then I will pipe it by BC. Then minus LPC is a very good property, I will tell you after that. So always remember that there is a space between this and this, so to perform any operation we have to do this. But at the time of assignment we don't use a space, because the space is very important. The spacing is very important in bash. There's no space, but at the time of operation, like that's comparison and that addition and that division, we should make the space. Then first of all, sorry, I have to use equal here, not here. Okay, so what is until is the same just like while. So we will use n is for, suppose n is 3. So what we will do, suppose n is 3, this means n is 3, this means the first time it will go 3, read a, then it will take an input that is 4, suppose, and then 4 plus 0, it will be 4 plus 0. Then after that n will be 2, value will be 4 plus 0, this is 4. Next value 4 plus 2, that is the value is 6, suppose, so the value will be 6. Then the loop will go again the third time, and the value will be value will be, you can say that the value is new 3, that means it will be 9. So 9, after that it is correct up to 3 decimal place, so I use this, and then after that divided by the n, because n is the decreasing here, so I have store this in temporary variable, so I divide it by this now by 3. And then arithmetic operation, we use BC. This is a very good concept, and print point 3f is used for pipeline. So that's how we will use it. Let's check how it's done. So that's what I do. I just check that there should be a space between echo and this, so there should be a space, and then after this the pipeline, and between this there should be a space, and then this is the value. This will give the value results of this, sum divided by temp and DC minus L. So I use dollar is used to check that it is the value. So it's the value for sum of one temp, and then it's arithmetic operation, so I've used, then it will print out in that format. So now it's time to use this format. Suppose I want to check 4 variable 2, 4, 6 and 8, and then I will check run code. Now what is the time? So error in expression, so I have to do in the next line, in the next space. So okay, there is no space, I guess. Now if I will do it just like this, then it will work. So it's processing, and then yeah, it's going to be 2 plus 4, 6, 6, 6, 8, 12, 12 by 20, 20 by 4 is equal to 5, up to 3 minutes. So that's how it will work. Suppose I am using while, so what it will do? It will take 1 input, 2 input. I have to check. So in this it will take 5 inputs, I guess, because it's it wants to take 5 input. So I have to take less than, so I will use greater than GT or GT for that greater than. So I will use this, and then it will take the input. Okay, so that's how it will work. Now I can use here for loop also. For how I will use it by, so suppose I want to use for loop, so what I will do for, and we don't need this now. So we have 2 types of thing, so we can use this for that. For c is equal to 0 or 1, c is equal to 1, c less than equal to n, c plus plus. So then it will go like that, I guess. Let's check. It's processing, and output is this. So I can use this for loop, this very famous. So because if you want to use any C type coding, C type program, so we have to use double bracket. Same how I have used this, and you have seen this, and minus minus. So this is, if you want to write in C type statement, you have to use double bracket. Now another thing that is used always in for I in, and this is very popular in C, in bash, that is 0 to 10, like this. So if you want if I will write this one, this means the one increment on this means 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this will print, this will go up to like this, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. And if it is 1, this means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how it will used here? So for that I will use for I in, and then I will use this, that is echo, that is eval. I will tell you how it works. And then this is 0 to $n. So that's how we will create. Then we will use this eval, that is eval echo. So if you want to use this, So we need this operator, and then eval is used for this type of variable, and then we can do this type of thing. That is okay. That's how it works. Okay, so there is something, the missing thing is there, how it is working. I have to check it. Sorry. Okay. Because I am using this, always using one, so that's how, that is the error behind that. I have to check it how it is different. And this is 0 dot dollar and this. So I need one. So because if I will start from 1, then it will goes true. So that's how it is. So that's how it's working, because I have used this is from 0 to n, so it's not working. So that's how it will work. That's a very good question, that is competitive coding, average of some numbers in which we have to use like this. Let's take another example. So that is the question that is more unconditional question, in which there will be given 3 sides, and then 3 sides of triangle, and then we have to decide it's a triangle or not. If it is a triangle, it's of which type. It is a scalar, equilateral, or isosceles. You know that. Scalar means there are no 3 sides equals. Equilateral, this means all 3 sides are equal. Isosceles, this means 2 sides are, any 2 sides are equal. So I have to check this. So what I will do, and then how it will turn out. So for example, let's check an example. So we will take read A, then read B, and then read C. So I have stored the 3 variables in this: read A, read B, and read C. And then we have to check that sum of any 2 sides will be greater than the third. If it's so we have to check, first of all we have to check it's a triangle or not. So how do we check it? So let's check it is a triangle or not. So what I will do, I will take a variable that is AB, and then in this variable I will sum A plus $B. So sum of A and B, same how it's B, C. So I will take this like this, and then then so AC. So this is AC, this is CB. Okay. So and we will take 3 variables A, B, B, C, and AC. Then I will check that is a triangle or not. Then how I will use it? I will use it by this: if $AP is less than or equal to, because sum of 2 should be greater than third. If it is less than or equal to any third, that means $C, or the next condition is this. In this we will check for BC and A, and then the next one will be C, A, and B. So BC and A, and then next one will be C, A, and B. So I have used AC, then $B. So if any one is less than or equal to the third side, if any sum of any pairs sum is less than or equal to the third one, so it will show an error. So if then I will take the echo, that is this is not a triangle, like this, and then I will check. So if the condition is true, and then I will use else. In else I will tell, okay, this means okay, this is triangle. Sorry, echo I will use OK, and then sorry, what I'm doing, I'm just passing. Then I will close this if by fee. So let's check how it's possible. So let's try this. We should always care about this, that there should be a space, there should be a space, there should be a space, and after that there should be a space. So space is always matter. This is the OR thing, in which we check okay the OR is same or not, and then this is the OR. So any one will be true, then this is not a triangle. So suppose I take 3, 1, 1 and 2. So this is not a triangle, as I know that that means it will say that it is not a triangle. Okay, that's it working. Let's check for good value, that is like 3, 4 and 5. So it should be work like this. Okay, let me check. Okay, so that's a triangle, that's working. Now in the else part, I don't need to use this. I used to this I use elif, because I have to check something else. Elif, in elif we will check after the space dollar a minus equal space dollar. I will check the first size is equal to or not. Then after that and operator. Then after that always we will check again dollar b, no sorry, dollar a, because I want to check a is equal to a and a is equal to c or not. The three sides are equal or not. So I will use this. A is equal to dollar b and dollar b is dollar a. So a is equal to b or a is equal to c. Then this means the three sides are equal. So then what we will do? We will do then echo isosceles equilateral. So I will use equilateral. Okay. If then the next condition, in the next condition, what we will do, we will use elif. In elif condition, what we will check? We will check the value. If a is equals to b, or a is equals to c, or b is equal to c. So any two sides are equal. If any two sides are equal, so we will check it by or. This means if a is b, or a is equal to c, or b is equal to c. Any two sides are equal. This means it's an. Then I will use echo. This means it's an isosceles. So isosceles. This means isosceles. And the last condition, in which everything is not good, so in the last condition I will use else, and I will tell echo it's escal. So that will work. So this is this, that's escal. So let me check. It's a scalan. I have to check it. Okay, that's processing, and after that this is scaling. Okay, so that's working. So I have to check this like this 3, 3, 5. So it should be isosceles. It's isosceles. Okay, right. So then we will check this. It should be equilateral. So that's how it will work. I am taking too much time of yours, so I'm sorry for that. But that's how average, or that's how bash programming is work. That's how if conditions will work. So always use this type of thing. And if I want to take a variables like that, so we use double brackets, and then dollar. There should be a space in this. So that's how it will work. So that was the basic concept of if and for loop and while loop in bash programming. Thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe our channel, that is codeandme.com. You can take a more look on this site, that is, you can say codeandme.com, basic bash concepts, Hackerrank Solutions. So there you can watch this like this. There is bash. Okay, and you can also like our channel, that is Code and Me, and subscribe it. Thank you for watching. This is Saf from Coder and Me.